In today's business world, the cloud isn't just a nice to have, it's pretty much the bedrock of everything. But the real question isn't if you should use the cloud, it's how. And that leads us to one of the biggest, most strategic decisions any company has to make right now. So, what's it going to be? Do you go all in with one cloud provider, or do you play the field and spread your bets across a few? This is the debate we're going to unpack right now, and we'll get into the real-world costs and benefits of each strategy. All right, first things first, let's make sure we're all on the same page. A single cloud strategy is all about going deep. You pick a team, let's say it's AWS or Azure or Google Cloud, and you build your entire world inside their ecosystem. Multi-cloud, on the other hand, is about going wide. You mix and match, picking different services from different providers for what they do best. Okay, let's start with the case for putting all your eggs in one basket. Now, I know that might sound a little risky, but the single cloud approach is all about gaining this really powerful edge through focus and simplicity. See, when you commit to one provider, everything just works together. It's seamless. You get to use their entire toolbox, from networking all the way to their fancy AI services, and it's all designed to play nicely in that one environment. What does that mean for you? Well, it means way less complexity for your teams. You get better deals because of volume discounts, and you get to use the coolest new features the second they're released. For a lot of companies, that speed is an absolute game changer. So it really all boils down to this fundamental trade-off. You're giving up the idea of flexibility for the very real, very practical advantages of just keeping it simple and going deep, becoming a true expert in one powerful ecosystem. But, of course, that's only half the story, right? Let's flip the coin and talk about the multi-cloud promise. This is a totally different, but just as compelling argument that's all about freedom, choice, and resilience. The number one reason people go for this is to avoid vendor lock-in. You're not stuck with one company's pricing or their random strategy changes. It also makes you more resilient. If one cloud provider has a massive outage, hey, your business can keep on chugging on another. And maybe the best part? You can pick the absolute best tool for every single job. Maybe you use Google for its amazing AI, but AWS for its raw compute power, and Azure for its deep enterprise hooks. But here's the catch, and there's always a catch, isn't there? That freedom that multi-cloud promises is incredibly attractive, but as we're about to see, it is definitely not free. It comes with its own very real, very significant costs. And that brings us right to the heart of the whole thing, what I call the portability paradox. The dream of being able to just seamlessly move your applications from one cloud to another. It sounds fantastic, right? But the reality is so much more complicated and, frankly, expensive. To actually make an application portable, you have to engineer it that way from the ground up. It's a huge effort. It means you have to standardize on tools that work everywhere, you have to containerize everything, and you have to build these really complex layers that basically act as translators between the different cloud languages. Every one of those steps adds cost, overhead, and a maintenance headache. And this right here, this is the trade-off. By building your system to be a jack of all trades, you make it a master of none. You completely lose the ability to use those powerful, super optimized native services that make each cloud platform so special in the first place. So in other words, your flexibility comes at the direct cost of efficiency. So this totally flips the script, doesn't it? We've been taught for years to be terrified of vendor lock-in, but what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if sometimes it's not a risk you should run away from, but a strategic advantage you should run towards? This is where we need to kind of reframe the whole conversation. The fear is that you're trapped, right? You're at the mercy of one provider. But the strategic reality is that by locking in, by deeply integrating, you can unlock some incredible benefits. You get performance that's perfectly tuned for that platform, you can build and ship products faster, and you get to play with all the cutting-edge tools that are only available in that one ecosystem. So here's the thing. The real issue isn't committing to a provider. The real issue is committing without a plan. Strategic lock-in means you consciously choose a partner, one that aligns with your goals, but you also know exactly what it would take to leave if you ever had to. It's about being prepared, not being paranoid. This all leads us to a much smarter way of thinking about this. The goals shouldn't be to be cloud agnostic, because that usually just means you're kind of mediocre everywhere. The goal is to be cloud intentional, making deliberate, specific choices for specific business reasons. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at how the best companies in the world do it. Netflix is famously an AWS powerhouse, but they have no problem using Google Cloud for its incredible analytics. BMW uses both Azure and AWS to build its crazy complex connected car platform. See, they're not trying to be agnostic. They are intentionally picking the best cloud for the job at hand. This is the modern playbook right here. It's not about running from commitment. It's about understanding the trade-offs and making smart, manageable commitments that actually speed up your business while you always keep an eye on your long-term options. And this brings us to the final and maybe the most critical takeaway. This whole choice between single cloud and multi-cloud, it isn't just some technical decision for the IT folks to figure out. No way. It's a fundamental decision about your business model. It's about how you innovate, how you manage risk, and ultimately how you plan to win. At the end of the day, the platform itself is secondary. The real question isn't where your stuff runs, it's about how that choice helps you grow. Which strategy is going to give your company the fuel it needs to adapt and succeed down the road? That is the decision that truly matters.